15 years ago when I had a bar, possibly 4th Street I was running, I always wanted to put an internet radio station in the bar and let the customers program radio and have fun, but never got around to it. Then I went to work for different radio companies over the years, and when the last one kind of fizzled out, they went belly up, a lot of craziness. I said to my wife, I can go back to the bar business, or I can try this internet radio station thing. She said, tell me about the radio station, because the bar business is not good for marriages. And so we started. We got a small studio. We started putting stuff out. Went on the air 4 years ago, July 15th. So July 15th of 2018. And we've been going ever since. You know, I mean, radio started for me back in I think 83, going to Kaleidoscope on WRPI with Jimmy Barrett, who's now with us. And I got the bug. You know, I did some on-air shifts over the years, but mostly in sales and the business side of things. And it was just time. Then 6 months into it, I woke up in the middle of the night with an idea. So I grabbed a beer and a pack of cigarettes I smoked at the time, went down and sat by the wood stove, and sketched out the idea for the Xperience Monthly. And 2.5 weeks later, our first issue was out on the streets, sold on concept. It's only 24 pages long, but it was out in 2.5 weeks. I had never attempted anything like this before, had no idea what I was doing. And we just kind of went for it, and you know, Liam Sweeney, a few others, and we just made it happen. With the station, I wanted something that wasn't a tight format, wasn't the same 6 songs by every band. I mean, let's face it, the Beatles are great, Led Zeppelin's great, Pink Floyd's great. Do they really need any more exposure? I mean, yeah, you gotta play them and you like playing them, but there's so many great bands that are cult bands or unheard of or local bands. And then, you know, every band starts as a local band. The Beatles are 4 cats from Liverpool. That's all they are. They got lucky, you know, so that local band you go to see could be the next, not maybe the next Beatles, but the next 4 guys from What of Elite to go big. So that's the important thing for people to remember. And I wanted to be free of all that consultant radio stuff. I wanted to be free from having to go, well, that doesn't go together, and have one genre for a format. Good music doesn't have one genre. I mean, we got classic rock, we got alternative, we got this, and everybody hones in on one. Okay, would you eat the same pizza every day? Would you eat cheese pizza every day? Would you eat pepperoni pizza every day? Would you eat mushroom pizza every day? Music is like pizza. You got the same base. There's only so many notes and chords. But what's the different topping? And I wanted to offer more of a buffet than I'll take a number 6. That's the type of approach. And with the paper was, you know, I'd worked for the Spot previously, and Metroland had its demise. And there was really nothing filling the void doing what we wanted to do. We wanted to do something a little bit more interview heavy. Something kind of like Andy Warhol's interview was, his magazine. Something that was from the scene, by the scene, within the scene, but also not pigeonhole ourselves to just 518, 518, 518. I love our area code. I love our local scene. It's a very small slice of pie. I want to be that hip little publication that people look for every month. They go out of their way. I know it's here, so they go there to that place. Well, you know, I've been self-employed most of my life. So that's just something that, you know, like DJ service, the bars, all that stuff. This is different because I want to go to work every morning. Even when I had the other self-employment thing, some days I just don't want to do this. I got everything I ever want. I got my dream. That's huge. I got a great team of people that help me out. There's no corporate overlords. I don't have a bigger structure. We're it. Our little group of misfit music lovers and fans and writers, we're it. And we work together as a team. Yes, I'm quote unquote the boss. But what I love about it so much is the creativity. It's just always flying around the room. Well, basically the team right now is me and Rob Smittix. I've been lucky enough to have talented people with me from day one. And we've had some turnover. We had some great ideas early on. Some people have come and went. We have a group of people that we work with. What's great is it's more like a loose confederation than a team. People come in with their ideas, they submit them, they may disappear for 2 months, they may come back. But we have great people doing specialty shows, which gives a little bit of flavor to a different flavor within what we do, a few times a week. Kaleidoscope's been on the air for 55 years. Big Ed Conway with his show doing the rockabilly and root stuff. Sonny Speed with the blues beat. Blake and Howling at the Moon. Peggy of Troy. Melody. Rob. Vito. It's all a little different, but it all fits. That's a blast. And then the writers, I get to see someone else's POV, point of view type situation. And that's exciting. I love that. But in the end, it's still a business. We created this. We didn't, we're not under the umbrella of a corporation or a big not-for-profit. We didn't just pick up something else. We created this from dirt. This is our baby. We built this from the ground up, from, buying the domain name forward. So it's very personal to us, and we care about it deeply, all of us involved. If someone who wants to write with us, show me what you got. Go do it. I'm not even going to tell you who to talk to. Let's get your point of view. If it fits in the paper, we'll run with it. If it fits in the website, we'll do it. We have the paper, we have the radio station, everyone talks about those two things, but essentially, our business is a website business. RadioX.com. There's the blog aspect, the experience. We have the tangible paper, which is something, no one's putting that kind of stuff together like we are in this area especially. And we created it. So there are no rules, and we can explore that freedom. That's the fun part. And that's what keeps it interesting, and that's what you'll see in our paper. Like, we'll interview a male model because he's from Lake George. Okay, that's cool. We'll find somebody who made it to Broadway that may have went to Shen, and we'll interview them. They're big names in their field. It's not just music, it's arts and culture. We've talked to authors, we've talked about people involved with the Historical Society. It's the freedom to do whatever we damn well please and just make it quality. That's all we care about. I want them to be turned on by something they read, be it exposed to someone new, or reinvigorated in someone who they've liked for years. That's what I just want them to be excited. I want that excitement there every month when the paper comes out. I want them to laugh at the cover, with our alien on the cover, our mascot. I want them to look at Al and go, what's Al up to this month? And then I want them to open it up and go through it. I want them to realize too with us, our ads are as much part of our content as the stories, because they're all created by us for our people. And we try to put a different spin on things than just write your basic commercial image. We're not commercial artists. We're musicians and knuckleheads who sell ads. So you get a different spin. It's a little bit, I hate to say freeform, but freeform for lack of a better term. It's funny because we're an internet radio station, and people are like, well, I never listen to internet radio, but they have Spotify, they have Pandora, they have Sirius. That's all internet radio. I'd like to see the local, my own backyard people realize, we play commercials, but we're free. You can download our app. I'd like to see that. I'd like to see us double our listenership, which is pretty good already, but double that in the next 4 years. I'd like to see the paper go regional. Get out, get down into Woodstock. Get out to Northampton. Manchester, Vermont, Lake George area better, maybe out to Utica even, a bigger footprint. I'd like to see an expansion that way, become more of a regional thing than just a 518 thing. That's limiting. I don't want to be limited. Our signal is worldwide. We have listeners in the Ukraine. We have listeners, shout out to you guys too, by the way. We have listeners in England and Switzerland and Germany and Japan. So we're not limited. So I just want my own backyard to realize, hey, you send me your local song, someone's going to hear it in Switzerland. That's the beautiful thing about what we do. We're not tied down by a signal. So I'd like to see, as things move more and more towards a web-based world, I'd like to see us double our audience in 4 years. I think that's doable. Well, everybody says support local music. You see the t-shirts, you see that. It means more than going to see the band. It means making sure that on an off night when there's not a band, You go to these venues and these bars that book bands on the weekends, have a sandwich, okay? If you go to see a band, buy a t-shirt, buy a CD or they're putting cassettes back out now. Buy a cassette. Share their stuff on Facebook. Even if you can't go to the gig, share their stuff across social media. When you buy the shirt, rep it, wear it out. Don't ask to be on the guest list. You know, the club is either using that door to pay the band, or the band's, or to keep their doors open. Or that's how the band's getting paid itself. Period. Stop with the guest list crap. Be supportive. If you're not playing out on a Friday night and you're in a band, go see another band. Go to the independent places. Don't spend money on Brian Wilson in Chicago at SPAC. They don't need the money. Go see, jazz at 518 Craft with Joe Barna. Go do something like that. Go to the Hangar. Go down to Putnam Place. Go over to Lark Hall. Go to the Fuse Box. Go to these places that are putting their neck out. Go see the band. Buy merch. And then tell your friends about the show if it was good. And if it was bad, keep your mouth shut. It doesn't help to tear somebody else down. We need to stop the bands versus venues fights. If you book a show, both sides need to get out behind it. They need to promote. We need better promotions from the bands and from the venues. A lot of venues out there work their ass off. And the band's like, well, I built an event and I shared it once. No. Get out and make posters. We need to. We all have our pet peeves. We all have people we don't like. But support them anyway. I play people on the station from national levels all the way down to locals I'm not real fond of, but they've created art and it's good. Let's play it. Let's support it. That's simple. You do you, I'll do me. Let's not bother each other. Everybody have a good time. Let's support local music like the way I said. Go out to the venues, see the bands, buy the merch. And let's all just try to make this cool. And stop saying small Albany. We're not small. We're better than that. Don't diminish your scene. Don't diminish each other.